Man, tough news for Shedeur Sanders coming from GM Andrew Berry. This is not good. I don't think this is a great idea. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. We got to break down this article. As it appears the Browns may decide to keep Jeudy as the #1 wide receiver if they decide to make this move. This is nasty work. You cannot do this to Shedeur Sanders, Andrew Berry. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's get right into this here. Here it says, via Cleveland.com, the Browns will explore trading down from #6 in the 2026 draft. This is coming via Mary Kay Cabot from Andrew Berry at the draft. Let's be clear here, you guys. The Browns need offensive linemen, a tackle. You got to get a tackle in free agency, and you need to draft another one. And you need to improve this wide receiver room. If you're not trading for A.J. Brown, if you're not doing some big splash move like that to get Shedeur Sanders a legitimate wide receiver one, if you trade down, if you trade out of #6, you're not getting a legitimate #1 potential wide receiver. Carnell Tate, if you don't get him, that's if he's even available at 6. He might not even be there. If Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson is there at #6, you have to select the player. You have to take the damn card to the commissioner and draft him. You cannot leave Shedeur Sanders with Jeudy as his #1 wide receiver. It's a travesty. It's nasty work. Or at least you got to get a legitimate tackle with that pick. To trade out of #6, I think it's mind-boggling. You are lacking talent on the offensive end, on the offensive side of the ball, and you can get premium talent with the #6 pick. Here it says the Browns will explore opportunities to trade down from #6 in hopes of finding a blockbuster deal like last year. In 2025, GM Andrew Berry pulled off a draft day trade that will pay dividends for years, moving 3 spots to 5 to the Jaguars, picking up a 2nd and a 4th in 2025 and an extra 1st rounder in 2026. The Jags, obviously, they drafted Travis Hunter. The Browns took Mason Graham, Quinshon Judkins, and Dylan Sampson. It says what's more, they still have the Jaguars #24 pick in the 2026 draft. But if you are waiting to, I'm telling you now, Mekhi Lemon is going to be gone by 24. Carnell Tate gone. Jordan Tyson gone. At #24, you're not getting a #1. You're not getting a #1. I like Denzel Boss, not a #1. You're not getting a #1 at #24. So here it says the Browns made the trade thinking they might be able to use that 2nd first rounder to help them find their quarterback of the future, but that QB may or may not exist in this draft. Okay. If a team loves, that may be Ty Simpson, but if a team loves Simpson or another player and makes the Browns an offer they can't refuse, they'll once again jump at the chance, at an offer they can't refuse, they'll once again jump at the chance. The Browns are admittedly in rebuilding mode and can use all the high picks they can get. Okay. It says the Browns head into the NFL Combine today with Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders as their top 2 challengers for the starting job, but will explore external options, including Packers backup Malik Willis and Ty Simpson. Okay. In the meantime, they'll use some of their time at the Combine discussing possible trade options for one or both of their 1st-round picks. I think that would be a travesty. I think it's a disservice to your team. You need to get talent in there. You need to get wide receiver, top-tier wide receiver, or a top-tier tackle with that #6 pick. Trading out of that pick is a disservice to Shedeur Sanders. And if you leave Shedeur Sanders with Jeudy as his #1 wide receiver, you got nobody to blame but yourself. Let's go over to Cleveland Browns on Cleveland.com as they spoke about the chances of the Cleveland Browns ultimately trading this #6 pick.
You look at 6 and 24. Could you see the Browns trading back out of 6, or is there not likely to be people that want to trade up?
I think it really heavily depends on how the Browns board falls, right? Who are their favorite players really at the top? And I do think it is an issue right now in this class, being that it's not filled with a lot of blue chip talent at premier positions, especially offensively. Do you want to trade back first and foremost, say if Amau or somebody like that is on the board? And what are these other teams trading up for? That's been the one part when I do mock drafts right now that's hard to project, is who is trading up for what? Because I think after maybe the first 8 or 10 players in this class, I think the talent is very, very similar for a long time. Once we get down even into the second and middle of the third round, I think a lot of the talent's very similar. So it's going to be very opinionated team to team as far as who wants their guy. But I definitely think a trade down could be a scenario for them, especially as a team with so many needs at these two positions we've been talking about, finding that quantity to get multiple bodies in there.
Do you sense the teams will likely not be as willing to trade first-round picks next year? Because the projected every year we hear it's a really good quarterback class. One of these years, it's destined to be a really good quarterback class, and it might be next year.
For sure. I mean, we don't get them every year, and this year makes it even harder to project those trade-ups because we have Fernando Mendoza going first, and then a whole lot of question marks. Quarterback is arguably maybe the weakest group that we have of any position unit in this class, right? So I think especially when you don't have trade-ups for quarterbacks, you're looking for teams that they must look at a certain guy as the ideal fit, the guy that they need to have for their football team. So, I think you mentioned it, those 2027 picks, at least, you know me, I watch a lot of college football. I think those could be really, really valuable come next year. And you've already seen teams like, say, the New York Jets stacking up. They have 3 first-round picks next year already. I think that's going to continue if teams can try to trade back. But, again, it depends who's trading up for what.
When you look
So there you have it. There you have it. Now let's go over to UCSS as they discuss the possibility of the Browns trading away these picks.
I would rather get a first-round pick next year.
I mean, ideally, if you're moving down, that'd be the end goal.
3 first-round
But you would have
picks.
in this scenario, if they were to do this.
Next year, I know everybody says this, but I was listening to a podcast with Mina Kimes and Field Yates. Mm-hmm. 2 people in this business, and you know me, I crap all over a lot of people in this business that I don't like. I like the 2 of them a lot.
Okay.
And Field Yates says, listen, I know people say this every year. He goes, but I'm telling you, the 27 draft is going to be the draft of drafts.
Yeah.
Not just quarterback.
Receiver.
He said it's going to be one of the most loaded drafts in modern history.
Jeremiah Smith, no matter
and
what.
He goes, if I'm a team, I'm trying to get as many high picks in the 27 draft. So if I'm the Browns and I'm going to trade down from 6 to 10 with Cincinnati, 6 to 12, those are the spots. Because the Bengals and the Cowboys at 10 and 12 are the two best teams that stink on defense. And they're both desperate probably to get a player like Caleb Downs.
Or David Bailey if he happens
whatever.
to be
there. The Bengals, I don't know if the Bengals would trade up. They almost never do that. The Cowboys certainly are an aggressive team. If the Browns have an opportunity to get a first-round pick in 27 by trading down, I think it makes a lot of sense.
I do too. But that's not the question here.
Now, if you're the Browns, would you rather trade? You'd rather trade down with Dallas, probably.
12, 20,
but the Bengals
and
have a higher pick. I don't know.
You would have 12, 20, and 24.
Well, I'm saying next year, but in this scenario, yes.
Yeah. So what would you
have 3 of the top 24
scenario,
picks.
If this was the actual offer, 6 and 39 for 12.
I would have to. Here's the problem with just answering this question. I don't. First of all, going from 6 to 12. You lose your opportunity to get those top 2 wide receivers that everybody's talking about, right? And Caleb Downs or whatever. Here's the question. A lot of times, picks 20 to 39, there may not be a huge gap in the talent in that spot. So I don't know, is it worth